Hey there. Welcome to the Pine Island Experience podcast. I'm Joanna Anderson with my husband, Trygve. Each of our episodes will be conversations with fellow Pine Islanders.
The goal of our podcast is to share with you our experiences, what we have found to be fun, and what makes the Pine Island experience so unique.
It happens. A lot of folks have a support system. They'll have someone like yourselves who are here year round, and they'll have them go over and start the car once in a while or check it out before they get down. They'll start up. But the lifestyle is generally relaxed enough here that even if folks who are out of town and come back, they know what they're coming into. Well, they'll drive on to the island, so they have another vehicle. And the ones that, catch a ride from the airport or what have you, they're not in such a rush. That's the island lifestyle is a little more laid back. But we usually we'll get them taken care of. If they have a battery issue or a tire issue when they get back. I mean, as season begins, I've put a special air hose in one of the bays right by the front of the business just for setting people's tire pressure. We get nothing but that when people start coming back. It's tire. My tire light's on. My tire light's on. My tire light's on.
You were listening to Bob Coslick, owner of Pine Island Auto Repair at 8336 Stringfellow Road in St. James City, answering the question, did he have advice for Pine Islanders who left their cars when they were away from the island for an extended period of time? Patty Coslick of Patty's Coastal Decor opened her vintage shop on November 20th, 2023, right next to Pine Island Auto Repair. Bob will tell you his Pine Island Auto Repair stands head and shoulders above the rest. They provide quality service and repairs for your car and light truck. Patty's Coastal Decor is filled with the latest finds, always changing. New items, vintage decor, handmade creations, and high-end items at a very reasonable price. Patty said you will not find this type of inventory anywhere else. And now, here are Bob and Patty. We have Bob and Patty Coslick here with us today. So exciting. You're both at the same location, although Bob, you're the Pine Island Auto Repair.
Correct.
Patty, you're Patty's Coastal Decor.
Yes.
What a cute place.
Thank you.
Lovely. We look at it every time we go down Pine Island Road.
It was designed to catch your eye.
Yes. Well, it did.
Oh, yeah. Bright pink.
So thank you both for being here. We're going to start with your backgrounds. And I think, Bob, did you want to go first? Or Patty, do you want to go first? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I can start off if you'd like.
Like where you grew up.
Well,
how'd you get here?
That's going to be both of us. We grew up in Annapolis, Maryland. And we were there till 2015. We made the move. Just the kids had, left the nest, and it was time to unload the big house. And we had been visiting down here for a while and decided there's no reason we can't do what we do down here. The weather's better.
That is true. We got tired of the snow.
Yeah, we lived actually near to Annapolis on an island just about the same size as Pine Island.
Oh,
we were
so
there
you're
for
island
15
people.
years. Oh, yeah.
So that's the boating town with a drinking problem. We had friends that lived right near the Naval Academy for a few years.
Oh, yeah.
It walked into, I don't know if you call it the downtown, but there's a
Downtown.
large area there with
By the
restaurants
docks.
and bars. And
Yeah.
I think it bordered the marina too, did it not?
There are several marinas down there. It's all based around the waterfront, the downtown area.
Boating on the Chesapeake.
We went to the Christmas parade there. You probably went to those
boat
with the
parade?
sailboats.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You were probably there when we were there.
I
been.
worked at Annapolis Yacht Club for 18 years.
Yes, and you were. Oh, we
So I was
loved it.
there.
We loved visiting our friends in Annapolis.
It's a pretty area in the right time of year. In the wintertime, it's not much fun.
It's cool. So it's the same story.
It is the same story. Exact same thing. I did work at Annapolis Yacht Club for 18 years. That's how I met him.
I worked there at the time also. When we
Oh,
were,
you
Yeah.
worked together.
Yeah.
Nice.
He was cooking and I was serving the drinks.
Oh, that's
But
sweet.
yeah, that's how we met.
Oh.
yeah, back when the earth was young.
And then how you said you'd been on Pine Island. How did you discover it? A lot of people don't know where Pine Island is.
Actually, I came for a job at the shop.
Oh.
And really enjoyed it. I mean, the whole atmosphere is wonderful. It's a great place to be,
Mhm.
and it's just immediately comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
You always said the people were absolutely nice here.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. It was a
Always
great
said
cut
that.
of people.
Always.
That's what really impressed us, how
Mhm.
nice people are.
So we can relate a little bit. She was looking for a job years ago, and she'd been doing a lot of searching. Anyway, she comes in one day, and she says, "There's a job opportunity in Leesburg for me. I think it will be really good." So we both said, we can do Southern Virginia. I mean, we're not. We've moved all around during our lives. I moved around as a kid. I'm like, well, what's a big deal? Going to Southern Virginia and a little milder winters and all that kind of stuff. She starts making the travel plan. It's for Leesburg, Florida. So, like when you, the reason I bring that up is like, did you actually, I mean, even with knowing that the job was, did it say Pine Island, Florida or St. James City or how was it? Cause like,
Oh, hell no. He said Cape Coral and thought no one would come out to the island. You didn't get that. You didn't get the final drop on the address until it's locked in.
There's some places that you can find, and then there's some places you have to kind of know about. And this seems to be still, to a certain extent, kind of a place you have to find out about versus finding it yourself. Like somebody tells you, somebody brought you here on vacation, that kind of thing.
Correct. No beaches.
Yeah,
There's no
exactly.
draw.
Yeah.
That's the first thing they tell you. There aren't any beaches. Well, we don't care. We have a boat, we can go to a beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you're cooking in Annapolis, and you come to get a job at an auto repair shop?
No. That was back where we met when.
I'm sorry.
That was way back, and
that was over 30 some years ago.
and then the steam engine came, and
No,
no, I worked in automotive business after the restaurant.
Oh, okay.
When we started raising kids, the schedule of a restaurant is too difficult. So
every weekend you got to work. Every holiday you got to work. So we said we're done with restaurants.
I was too cheap to pay someone to work on a car, so I learned how to do it, and it just kind of morphed out. I had a buddy had a shop, and I was ready to jump, and started with him, and moved on from there. Up north, the dealership is the pinnacle of what you can do in this type field, which is mainly where I ended up the last 10 years or so. But down here, dealerships are a different animal. It's quite the machine for fleecing folks. I tried 2 different dealers down here and just was miserable, absolutely miserable. So found that independents were more the way to go. Because of the area, it tends to be a lot of folks who owned shops, usually multiple and large operations up north, and just decided to do something small down here, but really they don't want to spend every day there. So they'll pay someone to run it like it was theirs. And that's what I did. And eventually he decided, well, heck with it. I don't want it at all, as a matter of fact. And he sold it. And I picked it up about 6 years ago.
Oh, excellent.
I do think that's kind of interesting because if this is a smaller community, almost everybody knows everybody, or they're going to get to meet them at some point in time. And if you have a problem and you need a car out here, right? I mean, everything's several miles away, if not more. So if you have an emergency, like a battery problem or a screw in a tire or something like that, to try to get queued up at a dealership or get your car there is not easy. The fleecing notwithstanding, that's not even an easy proposition where, we're blessed to have those services right here that you're only a few minutes.
Oh, sure. The behind the scenes at a dealership here, something like I worked at the Toyota dealer in Fort Myers and Honda, and actually a short bit at Nissan out in Port Charlotte. Just kept thinking, okay, it's just this place. But you make a service appointment for your car, your information's taken by the nice girl on the phone all the way down. They then run everything they can possibly run, background check on you and your car, give it to the sales department. It's assigned to a salesperson whose job is to just coincidentally be in the waiting room when you're there, start making chit chat and sell you a car. That's,
Right.
That's the whole purpose of the service department here, is to sell you a new car, whether you want it or not, to sell service, whether you need it or not.
Well, yeah, and the thing is, they think we don't know that because you go in and you take your car in for oil change. You get the warranty, to just go in and do it. So you go to the dealership. Right when you sit down after you leave it, you say, "Oh, we have somebody interested in your car." Well, that's just not true. I don't want to say lie. But I mean, that's not true. But it would happen all the time.
It's not a business built on repeat customer loyalty. That's not part of their program. It's fleece and go.
Right.
Roll the next one in.
So funny.
So now, do you have a team of people there, or is it just yourself, or how does that work?
I work the front of the house, and I have several mechanics in the back who really know their business, so I don't have to watch everything they do.
Nice.
They pretty much handle things. I give them what needs to be done. They get it done, and that's it.
I can tell
They've
by your
been-
reviews.
They've been for years and years. They've been with us.
Yeah. And they say Bob and his team.
So you work for people for all your life, and I understand that the opportunity popped up. A little bit about the thought process and going from employee to employer, because not only do you take on the debt of purchasing the business, you now have to manage people. And I know that both in our careers, as you moved up into management, it does change your perspective about the workplace, because you can get some really good people in there. You find out they're an absolute blessing. And then you can, unfortunately, run into some situations where it's, less of a blessing. So any of the thought process or what you went through to decide and say, yeah, I'm ready to be my own boss and buy a business.
We used to, up in Maryland, have video stores.
Okay.
Ah.
Okay.
So you were managers before.
We-
and
we
you
had a
managed
couple-
We've
people.
been management for a while.
Yes. So we kind of already,
You knew.
he already knew
Yeah.
about
We've owned
all
some
that.
businesses prior to this.
We had-
Me, I came out of, I was just finishing up a coin toss on cancer as far as whether I made it or not. He goes, good. You made it. Listen, I'm out. You want to buy the place, or I'm selling it to somebody else? And I'm still walking around in my pajamas trying to,
my
get going here. And I said,
gosh.
well, I don't really fit to work for anybody else. I guess I'll buy it.
So maybe take us through the services that you can provide up at the shop.
Full service. We do everything, as you mentioned, from the tire plug and battery to oil change and maintenance, factory schedules on all makes and models of cars. We also do a lot of heavy diagnostics. The people we have are very skilled master techs who've been doing this for a long time. And we'll fix the blower motor, we'll replace your air conditioning or repair your air conditioning, overheating. We deal with all aspects of the engines and undercarriage and shocks and tires. And it's an all-arounder. As you mentioned, it's a small, closed community. So you have to try and encompass all aspects of the service.
So when cars come up and, the manufacturer says usually get something at 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, you do those.
We do. We're familiar and have access to the factory scheduled maintenance, though oftentimes what we'll recommend is a little different because the manufacturer, when they put out a maintenance schedule, is accountable for the overall cost of ownership is one of their numbers. So they try and minimize your maintenance to make it seem like you won't put out much to take care of this car, which in an environment like down here in Southwest Florida is not very accurate. Especially with a lot of stop and go in traffic. So some of our service intervals are a little more frequent than they would expect. And some of the stuff they put in there is superfluous, and part of our normal service is to do the inspections they speak to. But yeah, we take care of the car.
And did I see towing listed as well?
We have a tow company here on the island, actually two of them.
Oh,
Quite good
really?
guys. That is a specialty.
That's
And,
huge.
Yeah, they will come get your vehicle and bring it to us without any hassle. Of course, AAA does run somewhat here on the island if you have a day or so.
Yeah.
They will do it as well. But yes, we have two tow services, so we can always get vehicles picked up and taken care of.
We got lucky once. Her car broke down, and I did call AAA, and they put me on hold and said the guy's on the way. Because to your point, I was thinking, let's say I called on a Tuesday. I'm thinking, well, and Wednesday afternoon. But I mean, we have two cars. We could figure out how to get by without. And they actually showed up and picked it up within an hour and a half to 2 hours.
You were extremely fortunate.
We were lucky.
Yeah.
He must have been on the island already because I have people wait days for AAA.
So that's good that can get done. And gas, diesel, everything? Or
Yeah, gasoline and diesel. We do the form from Audi and Mercedes to your F-350. We can handle all that.
You also do trailers.
We do boat trailers, some limited work off season. Yeah, it's when we're in the slower time of year like this, we'll go ahead and do the bearing repacks and small repairs, wiring, lights, all that stuff, tires.
golf carts?
Golf carts, no.
Darn it.
I think someone could make a fortune repairing golf carts here on the island. There's always a need for that, but no, it's too specialized.
And I saw motorhomes as well.
We can do the smaller Sprinter, small RVs. I don't have the lift capability for the bigger RVs.
okay.
Yeah.
When we looked at the services, I'm like, well, what don't you do? I mean, it's amazing everything you offer.
Right.
That's so nice.
It's a necessity, and both these guys I have currently with have worked in all makes and models. Between us, we have a lot of experience, and so no reason why not.
And this might be a little, but like a typical day, I mean, are you guys a steady supply of cars, or people coming and going, or how does that work out? And you said you run the front of the house. I mean, phone ringing off the hook with problems.
Well, it rings pretty steady, and I'll have, morning time we'll schedule it. People would like to come in and wait with an oil change, or what's this funny noise? And later in the day, we'll move the vehicles that have been dropped off for service. Usually heavier work will get done then. We put through it depending on what's being done on the vehicle. It could be a dozen vehicles, or it could be 4, depending on the extent of the repairs. But it stays fairly steady.
Good.
Did you see an increase in nails in the tires after Ian?
Oh, God, yeah.
Road construction?
Still do.
Yeah.
I mean, constant.
Yes.
Right after the hurricane, that I opened up, and that's all I did. We didn't have power or anything, but I put a compressor in the back of our little side-by-side, and a generator and a compressor, and we just repaired tires all day.
Yeah.
That's all we did.
Yeah, we both had one each, right? Screws or something. Or did you? You might have had 2, yeah.
And people are getting them now, especially if they live in an area where they're building, because there's houses going up now. And
yeah, it's constant. There's one way in, one way out with
Yep.
Stringfellow, and those trucks that drag that debris, they just, you can't help but drive where they are.
Do you have any words of advice I know people leave and they leave a car here, and they
do.
probably don't start every time they come back, and they call you, or
It
do
happens.
people
A
know
lot
how
of
to?
folks have a support system. They'll
Okay.
have someone like yourselves who are here year round, and
Okay.
they'll have them go over and start the car once in a while, or check it out before they get down. They'll start up. But the lifestyle is generally relaxed enough here that even if folks who are out of town and come back, they know what they're coming into. Well, they'll drive on to the island, so they have another vehicle.
Okay.
And the ones that, catch a ride from the airport or what have you, they're not in such a rush. That's the island lifestyle is a little more laid back.
So your
but we usually
customers
get
aren't
'em.
all tense.
Usually we'll get them taken care of. If they have a battery issue or a tire issue when they get back. I mean, as season begins, I've put a special air hose in one of the bays right by the front of the business just for setting people's tire pressure. We get nothing but that when people start coming back. It's my tire light's on, my tire light's on, my tire light's on.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
And you talked about, you do offer emergency services because you have a tow truck.
Well, the tow truck will go out and take care of folks with a jump start or help them with the tire, that sort of thing as well. So those guys are good about that.
Any future plans? I know Patty has future plans, but do you have future plans for the automotive?
Well, we're going to keep doing what we're doing.
Okay.
As well as I'm comfortable with the size. I'm not looking to take over the world. We've had businesses in the past, and I'm at a point in my life where I enjoy what I'm doing. I want to stay enjoying it.
Yeah.
That's so great. And then how to best, I noticed you have a website that's Napa. It's related to Napa.
We're Napa Auto Care Service, which means that our work is warranted nationwide. We use Napa parts, all the quality stuff that is associated with Napa. So it's a plus for us.
To contact you, you suggest Facebook and find the phone number?
You can
or?
Facebook. Our website links to email. That's
Okay.
fine. Telephone message. If I'm not able to get to the phone, we return the message. It's the majority of the people.
Yeah,
but
they
I do
don't
get a
drop
share.
in because they don't know. They figure you're busy probably.
Oh, I get a lot of people dropping in, and we welcome them. We got the cats there to keep them busy.
Oh, you have cats?
Yes. Oh, yes.
We have 2 shop cats.
It's too sharp.
Yeah, they live there.
Oh,
They're good boys.
yeah.
They love people.
All the attention you can give them.
You walk up to the counter, you would get greeted by one of the shop cats.
They live for it. They live for anyone that walks through the door.
They want
They
pet.
want it.
Nice. And then what the hours of operation are
8 to 5, Monday through Friday.
perfect. Anything we missed discussing about the
I think
auto
we pretty
repair?
much
That's
covered it. Just a glimpse into what we do and who we are.
Now, Miss Patty, you've been in operation for what, a year?
November, actually.
November. Okay, will be a year. Congratulations.
Why, thank you.
It's lovely.
It's fun. It's really fun.
And what made you decide to open a vintage store?
Well, I like finding things. I like painting.
The family was all filled up with decor, so she had to start selling it.
To be honest, it's true. I've been doing this way before I was just finding things. I'd always like the yard sale, go to thrift stores. I like to paint. I like to do all that. I've already supplied my daughter with as much stuff as she needs. Everyone else. So Bob suggested.
You had an inside location.
I do. I also have another place, if you don't mind me saying. It's, of course, Sweet Pickins. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's over there in North Fort Myers.
It's a cute name.
Yeah. They're a little boutique place, and I have a little booth in there. And so basically I went from my house to Sweet Pickins. And then I started to do events with that's how I got that little
Mango
trailer.
Fest, Stone Crab Festival, and the like.
Oh.
Yeah. I've been doing here on Pine Islands.
So you're mobile.
Yes, that trailer.
Oh, that
will pack
moves.
up
Wow.
and go. And actually, I'm going to be doing Mango Fest.
We'll be there. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
But we have been doing it out of a tent, a little easy up setup. And this trailer had been knocked down during the hurricane, a concession trailer that really
it was a food
wasn't
truck
being
at one
used.
time.
And we started by picking it up and putting it back together so she could have a space to work in. She spends time at the shop helping in the office, and it gives her some. And it started to come together so nice that we just kept going. Okay, well, we cleaned it well. Now let's paint it. That looks pretty good. Let's set it up.
Yeah, then it came from like, I don't want to work in here. I don't want to ruin it. So my daughter, who does events, she's Tipsy Flamingo. So I decided to go along with her. I used to do events with her. And I don't know, I set it up for events. And Bob suggested, since I'm at the shop anyways, why don't you just leave it open?
How nice. It's like it was planned, though. All these things fell into place. It just kept
We
getting
took
bigger.
advantage of the opportunities to move it forward.
Yeah.
It's
And
done well.
Fun. It's fun. I just like doing it. I'm not, I never know what I'm going to have. I really don't. It's what I find. and what I put together.
Where do you find everything?
Oh my gosh. Well, I could thrift stores, yard sales. I mean, I don't know, just all over the place.
These are things she enjoyed doing anyhow, was the yard sales and thrifting. And this business started as an outlet for the stuff she accumulated.
Right. And now
She focuses only on high-end stuff.
Oh, yeah.
The decor that folks have spent a lot of money on, but it's gone out of date. So she'll take it and she'll revitalize it with a more modern flair to it. The coastal look that's very popular. It's done very well.
And I know it's always changing. Your inventory is all, you're
like I said,
going through
I don't know
it.
what I'm going to have. So if it's there, grab it.
Right.
Yeah. Piece of metal art that you'll see in Matt Lachey for hundreds. Patty takes and redoes, and she'll do it under 100. Yeah, depending how big and how extravagant, but it's very affordable.
Have you had anybody drop their car off for service and wander over? And
Yes.
Oh, really? Okay.
That was part of the plan.
Yes.
Part of the plan. Folks who,
That's why he says, well, Patty, you're here. Just keep it open.
yeah.
Yes.
After they get done with the cats, they go browse the store.
Yeah. Well, when I did do the events, a lot of people ask, so where's your shop? Well, that is my shop.
Right.
This trailer is my shop. So, and I say I park it over there at Pine Island Auto Repair. But it's just so much fun.
Oh,
It really
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
It is. And the people that come, it's just so sweet. It's nice.
It's sweet.
And I get a lot of compliments. But like I said, I'm going to upgrade.
Yeah, we got a bigger trailer we're renovating right now to
That's
put in place.
incredible.
Well, yes.
So that'll be the mobile, or are you going to have two?
Both of them will be mobile capable, but the 28-footer we're doing right now is going to be a more in place.
It's going to be pink.
Of course it is.
Well, you got a brand now. You got a brand. You got to reinforce it.
That's
It's going to
correct.
sit right where this trailer is. I'm going to put it right there. So, and like I said, right now during the rainy season, it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
It really is kind of hard.
Yeah.
So,
And it's a lot hotter now, too.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, that'll just give you more time for shopping, maybe.
No, I just open it up and.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, the breeze is pretty nice through there,
Good.
so it's
Yeah.
not terrible.
And it's 8 to 1, so it isn't like it's heating, and then
Right.
after 1, it would be terrible maybe for you if it's a hot day.
mm-hmm.
No, it's shaded in the breeze. And like I say, folks are shopping for a little bit. You're not doing anything real exertion to.
No.
How clever they go when they're waiting for their car. They just
Oh,
go
well,
shopping.
yeah, take advantage of
Mhm.
folks who are already there to.
That's sweet.
Yep.
Well, let's talk about, I saw a lot of your items. I saw them on Facebook. I saw them in there when I was there. You have all kinds of things.
Exactly.
So, I mean, there's the wall hangings, hats, clothes, jewelry,
Jewelry.
a lot of artwork.
Yes.
Tell me about the pictures, how you select pictures that you would resell.
A lot of my pictures, I love, usually it's hand painted.
Mhm.
I love all those pictures.
Yeah, everything is artist signed.
I
It's
like
an
it.
original
Oh,
piece.
really?
She doesn't do
Yeah.
prints.
Oh.
These
No.
are all.
But you might come in there and see like a little canvas print or
Uh-huh.
something like that because I just thought it's so cute.
Yeah.
But most of mine, I'd really like really painted by someone, and they're signed. Most of them are signed.
Wow.
And usually, I'll paint the frame myself to make
Mhm.
it more, yes, so it's not so outdated looking. But
Mhm.
some of these are just so beautiful, but they just look outdated.
Mhm.
But I decide, I'm gonna put a little flair, do it.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. And I just find them wherever I go.
I noticed and you have little tables, little accent pieces,
Yes.
planters. And
Yep. Anything I find that is cute.
You said every week there's something that's new.
Yes. Actually, I got a carload of stuff today. I haven't unloaded, but I'll unload it on Monday.
That's exciting.
Well, all her furniture, the small stuff, it's all genuine quality solid wood pieces. None of them are the pressboard reproduction. Right? This
No,
is
yeah, the
all
real
serious
stuff.
furniture.
What would you say? Well, you probably don't have popular items because you're changing everything all the time. But is there a certain item that everybody wants? Or?
Well, I'll tell you, a lot of the coastal stuff like fish,
mermaids.
mermaids,
The original is always.
those things don't last long at all. in
No.
there.
Patty, your drink up bitches sign is
Oh.
always moves. Always
Those go
moves.
immediately.
Always
Those
moves.
do. Yes, those do. Absolutely. I keep doing those.
Those are
I gotta
adorable.
keep making those a lot.
And now you told us about your future plans. Then
Is will that be 50% more space? I know it's hard to
Oh,
judge
it's
on
gonna
like
be a
like
lot.
I would
trailers
say
or
it's going
double
to
or
be.
something.
It's going to be about twice.
Yeah,
Yes.
twice. Wow.
Yes.
So that's a nice expansion.
And like I said, it will be closed in,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll have an air condition. So it'll be fun. Hopefully we can get it done before the season starts.
Right.
I'd like to. I don't know. It's up to Bob how hard he's working.
Some gets done
If I
every
don't
day.
have it, if
Some
I don't
gets
have
done
it by
every
then,
day.
it's because of him.
Every day we work on it.
It's very vintage.
how sweet. That's
What is it, a 1970?
78. Yeah, 78.
Layton.
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 You get it and you think to yourself, just pull the inside out.
Right.
Put up some plywood walls, it'll be easy. Yeah, no.
Oh, no, we literally gutted out.
Really?
Yeah. Take the bathroom out. Take the kitchen sink out.
Everything.
Everything.
Top to bottom. And then,
But it's solid. It's very solid.
well, yeah, that way I can inspect during the rain, make sure there's no leaks before I put the insulation back in the inside walls and be tight and right.
It's kind of different construction though, isn't it? I mean, do you use regular 2x4s or
2x3s.
2x3s?
Stick built with that heavy, it's got a very heavy aluminum outside.
Okay.
They're much more than they use these days. The ones they use today are like a soda can. You take a thumb and
Yeah.
pop it down in it. This thing, good Lord, I think you could walk on it. But yeah, it's a nice piece. It'll look great when it's done. The vintage look when it's painted up proper is going to look really neat.
And the stuff in it, I know is going to look nice.
Now, when you do events, do you put it on Facebook that you're going to be at an event so people know?
No, I'm not very good at putting myself out there.
Well, your pictures are beautiful on Facebook. Oh, you do it.
I help her post. I insist she do it herself.
I'm just not.
It's not intuitive to her, but
It's not intuitive to everybody. I mean, Facebook is not very intuitive.
we will be posting when the event
Yes,
happens. Yes, we will.
he tells me I have to do it more.
I'll post usually for the shop once a week. I'll try and put it
Mm-hmm.
out there, and you've got to find something unique content-wise. With something like the automotive shop, I think in my head, it seems to me overposting, people will just begin to shut you out.
Right.
You keep, you got to stay in front of them, but not constantly peppering them with.
Yeah, I
stuff
saw
that
your
I mean.
trailer repair, and I
Yeah.
thought that was smart. You know,
That's cute.
it's the
Yeah.
right time, and you said it. Why don't you get
Wow,
your?
This area is famous for people buying a nice boat, which comes
Mm-hmm.
with a trailer. They'll drive it over, put it in the water, put it on their lift, and shove the trailer in the woods for 10 years. And then
Yes.
when it's time to get a new boat, well, then the trailer has to be fixed.
Yes. Exactly. So the best time for people to visit you is to just drive in
Yes.
because
Mhm.
you're there
I'm there. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays,
8 to 1.
8 to 1. Now, I've known there's been times when I didn't open up on a couple days.
But it's easy to see when she's open. The sides
yeah,
swing
yeah,
open,
yeah.
everything's right there.
Yeah. So that's perfect. And your Facebook, I think, is lovely. So if they look at that, they're going to see things, you know. I spotted the mermaids right away.
She's had people literally call her up and say, I want what you just posted. I'm on my
Oh,
way.
yeah.
Don't sell it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't sell it to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's, yeah. Well,
And I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
I'll set it aside.
Mhm.
I'll set it aside for a little while.
Yeah.
And then if you don't come, then
Put it right back
put
out.
it back out.
She has customers who are decorating specifically to her
I
decor.
know.
She has someone who
Oh.
wants to have a bed painted, the headboard and footboard have her do it.
In your
so
style.
that matches the rest of the room decor.
Mhm.
oh, that's sweet.
I've had, like I said, a lot of compliments. A lot.
Well, yeah.
I have.
It's beautiful.
Mhm.
And your email's on here, and that's on your website. I mean, on your Facebook page. So that's good. And your hours of operation. Did we miss anything you wanted to talk about?
Nope. Just come by and see me.
And it's fun.
Yes, it is fun. Just
And if
come
you're
by and
getting
see
your
me.
car repaired, don't go anywhere. Oh, yeah, pet the
Yeah.
cats.
Pet the cat.
Well, thank you both so much. It was enjoyable.
Well, thank you.
Well, terrific.
Absolutely.
We thank you for your hospitality. Appreciate you getting us out there.
We hope you enjoyed our Pine Island Experience podcast. If you have any ideas for us, people to interview, or any comments, please feel free to email them to us at pineislandexperience@gmail.com. That's pineislandexperience, all one word, @gmail.com. Don't forget to like us, and you may subscribe to this podcast using all the major catchers like Apple iTunes, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. Thanks again for listening, and remember, island life is a constant vacation. We'll see you on the next podcast.